Today's activity, we're going to learn about interviewing and or job shadowing someone who works in a career that you're interested in pursuing. And in this part of the presentation, we are specifically going to learn about interviewing someone who works in a career that you are interested in. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're at Jobshadow.com website, and in this website you can read real interviews from people as they talk about the jobs they do and the careers they have. If you're hunting, trying to find out what career is right for you, you don't like your current job, or you're just plain curious, you can read about and explore the different career options and shadow people's jobs online. Alright, so we're going to start by clicking on what you'll learn. So this is pretty important because this is these are the types of questions you can come up with either when you're interviewing someone or if you're actually job shadowing them. So these are the questions. For example, what do you do for a living? What would you describe? How would you describe what you do? What does your work entail or include? What's a typical work week like? How did you get started? What do you like about what you do? What do you dislike? How much do you make? What's most challenging about what you do? How much time off do you get to take? And what are your goals or dreams for the future? So there's a bunch of different questions that you could ask, and these obviously aren't the only questions, but they're good examples of the types of questions you could ask. Okay, so on this website they also have a list of interviews. So it's everything from a firefighter to a PGA golf pro to a radiologist, and these are actually some of the popular ones. So I'm going to actually click on one of these and then we're going to look at the list of what they have. So let's click on flight attendant. So again, here's the same questions, obviously not all of them, but what do you do for a living? And this person's a flight attendant with a major U.S. airline. How would you describe what they do? They ensure the safety and comfort of passengers. What does your work entail? So checking the emergency equipment, attending a crew briefing prior to the passengers boarding the airplane. I have to keep scrolling over to scroll down. What's a typical work week look like for you? How did you get started? So this person, she or he answered an ad in their city's local paper and attended what the airlines refer to as a cattle call interview, so on and so forth. So the whole idea behind this is it gives you some idea of what these jobs are like. So it's an interview of a job that you like, but it's doing it virtually, really, where you can just sit and look at what questions have already been asked of people in certain fields and see if this is something that you would really be interested in. Okay, so let's click over to the list of, so this is the same page, but now it's this complete listing. So you can see there's over 350 interviews have taken place. So let's see. So an addiction recovery coach, a commercial painter, right? So it's not just your standard jobs that you hear of necessarily every single day. A bookbinder, right? Let's see what a bookbinder is. So it's just a bunch of things. You can type in the search, keyword over here in the search bar and just see what it gets you. Just explore a little bit. So this person, what do they do for a living? On paper, they're a bookbinder. However, my day-to-day work encompasses computer work such as e-commerce development, digital media, social media, and photography, print and web design, and product development, so on and so forth. So even though the title is like they bind books, but as you can see, it's so much more than that. And then how would you describe? This person works in an office. They may work around books and bookish pursuits, but the work itself is in front of a computer. So, and as mentioned, it's the same types of questions that keep getting asked. Okay, And then finally, the list of categories. Again, you can type in the search bar, but here's different things if you're like, okay, I know I want to go into design. I know I want a career in law. What else is there? Farming, fashion, healthcare. Scroll down a little bit. Indoor jobs, jobs in aviation, right? So on and so forth. So this should give you a good idea of what you can learn from this website. So definitely start exploring and seeing what's out there for you. In the next section of this particular activity, you're going to be watching a video on how to job shadow. So first of all, what does job shadow mean, and what is it that entails in terms of how to go about learning about jobs and careers that you're interested in.